Okay, everybody, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. If you can see, we have a whole bunch of red lines and dots and circles and squares. That is because when we left off last time, we kind of left in shambles because we're in the middle of moving bases. We are just about finished building all of our bedrooms. We'll let them go ahead and continue on with that. All of our plume squash and consequently our mammoths have since passed. I was also informed of a few little things that I might try to make changes to later on down the road, but for right now we are leaving it the way it is because I want to. That's exactly why, and that's exactly how it shall be. This episode, I do want to start oxygenating and cleaning out the area in here, but it looks like most of it has already kind of taken care of itself. I do want to work on closing off this area, putting in our Atmos suit docks, and building another spawn, but this one is going to be more located over here. We do have our little supply going right here. I do want to drain it out, though. I do want to put ethanol in it, after all. We have an extra little bit of polluted water right there. If we ever get to the point where it's filled, we're going to have some ice melt off, and yeah, all sorts of fun stuffs. Our rooms are looking okayish. There are a few that are going to be a little too big, too small, somewhere in between as they finish up building. And once we get a whole bunch of these done, we'll start moving everyone over. But I do want to start this episode out with the Atmos docks. So this is going to be a freezer. We need to leave the majority of this alone. I would like to run this little section, which I do need to see. Polluted water. Polluted water. What temperature do you freeze at? -20. I don't remember when it becomes frozen. Let's see. Take a look at barbecue. Or deep freeze. There we go. I don't have an option for deep freeze. Of course not. Let's find some food. Who's got food? Unrefrigerated. So above 4 degrees spoils more quickly. Do I have any that's deep frozen? Storing, not full. All right, we'll figure it out as it comes. But for now, we'll just go ahead and keep on keeping on. We are going to work on the Atmos dock. We have our restrooms, we have our showers, we have our sinks. This one's probably going to end up being a little bit redundant, but in order to get the bathroom bonus, the washroom bonus, we did need it. Just a little bit of decor in there because why not? So, Atmos suits require 1, 2, 3 high. So off of the bottom of this, we're going to start right about here. And we go all the way to here-ish. Seems like a good spot. Hold on. Rethinking. We're going to stick one more room in there. So we need to go 1, 2, and we'll give it an extra one just because we like the dupes. There we go. Then 1, 2, 3. So we'll actually stay right along that ladder line. And we're going to stick us a lovely mechanized airlock right here. And we can finish off the rest of this area like so. We will need to stick some ladders right about here-ish. And we will throw a few more airflow tiles right there just for aesthetics. This will allow us to get a whole bunch of oxygen in there. And I think our spawns, where do we want to put those guys? Maybe right in here? Could stick them right above here, which would be kind of interesting. But since I'm going to be doing 2 of them, and how wide are you? 8 by 14, so I need an 8 by 28. So maybe something about like that, so they still have a little bit of room to run underneath. And we'll throw a set of ladders right about there, and we'll get that guy going. Then from there, I believe we kind of pre-plumbed a good bit of it, so we should be okay there. That's unreachable, so I guess we will just deconstruct that real quick so they can get in there and build that little piece. As far as stuff that we can make, we don't have any tofu. I don't think we can even make tofu at the moment. What does one make tofu at? Okay, so we're not going to be making tofu. Frost burgers, we need barbecue, lettuce, and frost buns, all of which we have no access to. None there. No mushrooms or lettuce. No barbecue, no seafood. No sleet wheat grains. And let's see, so if we're going to be moving all of this stuff over, We will also need a spot for our water storage, which I think if we're going to do water storage, we would want it somewhere relatively nearby. So clean water comes in, dirty water goes out. Let's see. So if we grab us a plumbing refinement, we stick this guy right here to have our dirty water come in, and actually we'll cancel that. Let's build a liquid reservoir or two. We will then stick our refinement in for the water sieve. We will then stick in another. Oh, not there. There and there. This will allow them to have an adequate amount of clean and polluted water, because it is a water positive system, so you do get a little bit more out as you go. We will take our liquid pipes and run them from green to white, from green to white, from green to white, to white, to white, and we'll drop you down and bring you over and in. And to start our system out, we will need to go into plumbing and do a bottle drainer. Nope, not a drainer. Yeah, bottle drainer. What would be a good spot? I guess right here for right now. And we'll just throw in another pipe right about like so. And we can start filling that with some regular water. Let's mop up all that. Let's deconstruct you. Deconstruct you. That's no longer going to be an ethanol tank. Let's see. If we deconstruct all liquid pipes, make sure that's not going anywhere special. Yeah, we can get rid of this. For now, we might bring back our mammoths at some point, and we should have ethanol coming in from up here somewhere. I just made it a little bit closer. I guess we can leave that for the moment being like that. Yeah, why not? We can deconstruct that one, and we will take a look at our power. We'll give this place a complete gut when we're done, but for right now, this is going to work. We will give this a mop up here just to get that little bit of extra ethanol. It would be nice to get a few extra pips up here just because pips are nice and they plant things, and I like the things they plant. We do have a cool slush that comes out at -10, which would be a relatively unlimited supply of polluted water, which, you know, not a bad thing. But we are going to have to start thinking about... I emptied it. Okay, well, if that's the case, get rid of that. We will throw in ethanol, and we will deconstruct that liquid vent. We will run it with ethanol. That's fine with me, because we are starting to get, honestly, not really toasty at all, but it's also not currently running. I do want to get down here and start running over here. So I am going to queue up a big dig build. I'm going to queue up a big dig build. From one here all the way across. Keep it kind of narrow just for the time being. We do have a good bit of copper in here, 2,000 kilos. I may pop into here just to release some of the steam, but for right now, I'm not stressing it too much. We can excavate those fossil fragments, get some extra lime. Our pump is still going to town. I do also need to start setting up some fun stuff in here. So we do have them, all edibles. Now that we have this built, I do need one little packet of helium. Helium, hydrogen, one of the two. The pinkish one. Which one's the pinkish one? Hydrogen. Okay, so do I have a bottle of hydrogen floating around? Got natural gas, chlorine gas. We can use that. So relocate you to here, and then we will be able to pop a piece on top of there. And let's make sure we have everything else set up in there like we need. And run a couple extra lines over just in case for later down the road. Then we'll be able to pop on our top plate and potentially start cooling that at some point. Make sure I have my piping in there. I do. We're going to run our insulated pipe down. I kind of do want to hook it into this system, but I do not want to break this system up too much. So if instead I run it like so, then run this one. All the sounds. Back into there. That will cool off the singular plate, which will allow us to make it a deep freeze and potentially make everything better. I also do want to adjust schedules. I want to give an extra downtime to everybody just because everybody is working very, very diligently, and it's also taking a lot longer to get around. So we have 5, 5, 5, and 6, so we're still doing good. We're looking good up here. We got a random bonbon tree seed and some spigot seal pup eggs. Oh, they made some progress. Oh, and look, we have a pipper. Cancel that one, and yeah, we'll just leave that as it is. Let's relocate you to all the way up here, and the relocate needs to be a 9 so we can get more bonbon trees. I also need to start working on putting some wild planted trees in here. So if we're going to do that, let's see, put an insulated tile. Get rid of you. And what did I need for the nature reserve? I need 4 wild plants and a park sign. So let's take this. Boop, 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 boop. And we will deconstruct buildings here. There we go. And we'll kind of do it similarly to how we did over here with the Idalia flowers. They are starting to get a wee bit warm in there, so we may have to cool that off at some point. Dig that guy up. And I may honestly just run this cooler into over here, just to kind of fill up some of that ethylene, because we got a good bit in there. And let's see, we need... like so. This will be our Atmos suit dock. Honestly, could probably get it in there now. Looks like the majority of our rooms are done. Let's see. So private bedrooms, all the green ones. We have a great hall, a washroom. Yeah, I gotta drop you off at some point. We're gonna fill you with just some water. Once that's gone, everything else will be fine. Almost there. One more spot right here and we'll be good. We'll throw a little storage bin right here. Deconstruct you. We're getting there. Alright, so this right here. Let's see. Rummage, inspect. Reconnect the heat pump. Inspect. Inspect. Apparently I can do something there. We got some glass tiles. Some snazzy suits. And I believe... nope, maybe not until we reconnect it. We need 1,200 kilos of steel. We got it. Strangely enough, we got it. Okay, and let's take a look. I will have to throw some ladders up like so, just to get those last little bit of pipes. Our water line is not really gaining much ethanol at the moment, unfortunately. Got mercury in there. Did you plant any more seeds, buddy? Okay, let's relocate you into here so you'll survive, maybe, hopefully, I hope. Deconstruct you. Geothermal pump is ready. So, success! My duplicates have restored the plumbing system for the geothermal pump. Okay, so block, disconnect, disconnected, and no pressure. So I should be able to take, yes, plumbing liquid pipe. And I think for right now, we'll just take the one pipe. Run it straight across. And we're going to want to pump water into that, or polluted water even. So we need to get a polluted water store, which luckily we have a cool slush geyser. Now, unfortunately, it does heat up the material drastically. I'm not sure the percentage. Oop, there he is. Let's see. When it comes out, depends on much the initial temperature that goes in. So I could take this guy, throw some steam vents on top, steam turbines on top, and from there proceed to recycle that water. So this will have to become a very well insulated area because it's going to be pumping out some heat. I have seen a couple videos. It looks like people tend to use like 5 steam turbines. So that might be my starting goal and see how it goes from there because it's only going to get hotter. I do want to like make you a 9. Do you have any seeds? Nothing in you yet. So it's slow going process. We are also going to throw in our stations. Atmos suit checkpoint going that away once we get rid of these ladders that are no longer needed. Because everything in here is livable at this point. Just need a little bit of water in our pipes and we'll be good. And this entire thing set up. Mesh tiles. So I love me a mesh tile. This will need a little bit of power. Luckily, we have ample amounts of power grids. So we can just take you, go like so. I wish this building would just melt already. This one down here is intermittently running. It will keep doing that until we get some more ethanol in it so it can continuously run. But apparently the amount of ethanol that we have is not that great. We should probably also make sure all of our ethanol areas are taken care of. We do have a little bit of mercury. We had a big mercury spill last episode, so if you're wondering where all the mercury came from, that would be it. I could jumpstart the system over there by putting some water in it, but I'll wait until this is all done if I am going to do that. Because water pipe's not too far away. And once this is done, I'm probably going to end up throwing some ethanol in there. Yay! It's taking the seeds. It's going. Watching you, little Mr. Pipper. Plant some seeds, buddy. You gonna plant some seeds for us, little man? That is more than enough seeds. Oh, you're just taking them out. Look at you go. Hey, now you do your thing. I want to see you planting. Okay. Oh, here he goes. Oh, look at him go. He planted a plant. Okay, so while we're waiting on that, we're gonna go back to our stations. Our exit. Oh, Atmos suit checkpoint. Place it like so. And all the docks. Nice, so we'll cancel these ones. And I feel like I also need to queue up some steel, which I also want to move down below, but at this point, not at the moment. Queue up 50 of you. Would you like 50 of you? And we'll leave that where it is for now because I don't want it doing too much. I was also suggested down here. Let's look at our refinement. Throwing in a kiln or 2. A metal refinery or 2. And potentially our glass forge because, yeah. So what we can do is look at our plumbing. We will look at our radiant liquid pipe. And we want to cool this whole system off. But the way we're going to do so is going to be a little bit different. So, plumbing. I know I'm going all over the place today, everyone. Keep up. I don't want tungsten. I'll just use iron. Looks a little janky, but it'll work. Glass forge, we are also going to need a, let's see, we'll do a regular liquid pipe out of it. No, we'll do regular. Out of steel on that one. To right there. And then just a liquid vent to drop down our glass right there. We're also going to need some power. So we will just run these guys right on a heavy wire because why not? That'll activate those. If my dupes would get some ethanol today. Okay, we're about to do some weird stuff. Plumbing, just a regular liquid pipe. There we go. Just to get it moving. Disable you. So, up here, let's take a look. Get rid of that. We are going to need us some insulated tiles. These are 14 by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there's our basic design. Let's make sure we have 14 by 8, 15 by 8, because I don't know how to count. We're going to run a ladder up this way, and we are going to start the fun process of getting everything built, plumbed, and powered. Is everyone so excited? So, we're going to start off with power. Nope, not power. Oxygen. Electrolyzer. No, I never start with the electrolyzers. I always run into issues. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One there and one there. We will have airflow tiles. We will have some insulateds, manual airlocks, electrolyzers, okay, and that is our bare bones. Automation, we are going to have Atmos sensors. Once we get rid of those ladders, we do need some automation wire coming from here down to those three, and here down to those three and up, those three and down, you and you. I'm gonna run some liquid pipe. Think about like so should do. We are going to need power. Let's take a look over here. This was our better of the two. So, power. Gonna run a large over here. And over here. Gonna dig out this little area. I still have not gotten our hydrogen in there, but we do want to mop out all of this junk. So we'll run a conductive wire. Boop. And then we'll run U3, those two, and you'll just plug into that one. Then 1, 2, 3, and oh. There we go. That is all of that. Plumbing, I think we already did that part. We just need to find out where we are going to take our water from, which if we have it right here, this would be self-sufficient. So if we leave that as self-sufficient, pump in our overflow water up here maybe? Make a little tank on top? I don't know. You guys tell me where I should have the water tank. Because I do think it would be a good idea to have an actual tank. Potentially stick it underneath. I think I should be able to fit a pump under there. Let's see. Yeah, I could fit a pump right underneath there. Turn this whole thing into a submersed system. They keep getting stuck. So, we need a power transformer there, and there. We will need to run some heavy watt up to there. But I do think heavy watt will definitely be a next episode thing. So, back over here. What if I cut you right there? Then will you go? You will. I don't like the fact I just did that, but, you know, I just need to fill up the line, and there's plenty in there. And ethanol freezes at what temperature exactly? Let's see. Ethanol. Oh, we don't freeze till a negative 114. So, if it's above 40. Negative 40. There we go. That'll get that guy running, using up some of that juice. And I think he is hooked up. Yeah, he's already hooked up to our main power spline right there. So we should be good there. Our liquids are fully functioning and running. Our metal tile is starting to cool down a wee bit. The ethanol is a little toasty at the moment, but that will cool back down pretty quick. Let's see. It's going in at -3, coming out at -16, -14, -12. It'll all stabilize. It'll just take a little bit of time. Did we ever escape? Did you guys escape? I wasn't paying attention. I was sidetracked. Sorry. Then I just need to run the heavy watt. Do a conductive bridge there. And a conductive bridge there. I can then take power and deconstruct that one. Deconstruct that one. Take our heavy watt and run it up. Deconstruct you and you. Here we go. Actually, I may want to take this and flip it right about there. Take a piece of conductive wire and run it there. And then cancel all of that. That should work. And then I will start throwing in some power, which really the only thing we need is over here. So probably a large transformer or two on the side. But we are getting there. I am going to queue up a few things for, like, you know, Atmos suits. Okay, so we got all that. I'm also going to take a random tile and stick it right there. See if they will then do what they're supposed to. Okay, so we do conductive and severely strain our system. And since I like me some airflow tiles, there we go. We'll then take us our heavy watt, run it straight across, and we may actually just put all of our transformers here and run them in from here. We'll kind of figure out as we go. Let's relocate you to here and build a new one of you there. Yay? Yay. Great. Thank you. Up here, we are still waiting on everything to get built. As soon as everything up here is good, I will start properly plumbing everything. Everything gets plumbed in twos. And I will need to figure out how to get my hydrogen to the bottom the sanest and most least caustic way, I guess. Now, let's go ahead and dig up right here to there. I'll go back to here and here. Run you down and have you supplying to there. Actually, let's cancel you. Let's throw in some bridges. So if I run you like that, then take you, run you down and in. I may be massively overthinking this. Okay, so I can do one more bridge going over. I got one going for down. You're going to supply there. I could run one along the ceiling to this set. We will cut here. Let you run that. I need one dedicated just for... one dedicated solely for down here. So my best bet for that. Let's grab us another bridge. Bridge there. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do with all the extra oxygen unless I double up some of these lines. One there. I will grab you. Run you in, down. You are going to run up and over. They're going to run down and up. That still leaves one down here that is going to supply you guys. And then one right here. You know, I may just stick you filling in this line until we're done. How about that? Just cut you right there. Oh, there's a little Bimini in there. He might stand a little bit of a chance. As far as down here, we're getting a lot of precipitate. Just waiting on everything to finish up building. Waiting on the Atmos suits to finish building and the power to get in there. Waiting for a lot of our super spawn to finish. Once we get that automation wire done and we will be all set and ready to go. I think our, oh no, we got 3,600 kilos of plastic. I think that's the most plastic I've ever had in a run, to the point where I might even start doing something a little silly. Power, solar panel. I need glass. Got 1,500 kilos of glass. So this goes here, it takes the light and converts it to power for us. Probably not the best use of our time. Best use our time would probably to be finishing this to pump in some fluids, because apparently currently the liquid temperature is negative 273.2. I may start using some of this just to pump in there in the temporary, because we have a lot of just like random water floating around everywhere. Plus down here, you know what? Hold on. There we go. Smart idea. Because I don't feel like I already got power going down. Okay. So for right here, plumbing, liquid filter. Did it not cross lines? Okay. Liquid pipe, liquid pipe, liquid pipe. Power, just a conductive wire going in, which means I can deconstruct this entire system. We will deconstruct that liquid filter, and I will throw in a direct connection to there. But until that is all done, I do want to disconnect there and there so nothing flows through accidentally. I will also deconstruct right here, and anything that comes through that's not water, because we do have some rather toasty water in here, will be okay. It won't be a quick process, but it'll definitely work. Let's take a look at our temps. So the metal tiles are actually working pretty well, and we're actually heating up the neutronium, surprisingly. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. But our power is pretty steady, and like I said, we're not even touching our natural gas at the moment. We have a bunch of it. Oh, maybe that's why we're not touching our natural gas at the moment, because we weren't hooked up. Nimrod for the win. But now that should kick on as well. And I'll have you set to a little bit higher of a threshold, just so you'll kick on first. And that should be like, yeah, look at that thing charge. And that's with all of this stuff running. I'm gonna up this relocate, because apparently they don't like relocating without their own mindset. And I need furniture? Park sign? And let's see, how big is this room here? 262. So I will have to put a door in here somewhere. That should be about the right size. Almost done here. Most of our bedrooms are finishing up. And we are at 65 degrees in here. So, not too shabby. We do have a wee bit of ethanol in here at negative 40.7. So these tiles are nice and chilly. That one's nice and chilly. Now, I need you to empty this at an oh no priority. And then build that at an oh no priority. Oh, what temperature does chlorine go bad? Melting point at negative 20. Hold on, did I choose the wrong gas? How about chlorine gas? Negative 34.6. Alright, so what I can actually do... What about hydrogen? What's hydrogen gas? Yeah, we're switching to hydrogen gas. Cancel that. Opt that. We have any hydrogen floating around in a container? Oh, I guess we're gonna make some hydrogen floating around in a container. Ventilation. I need a... Yes, just a canister filler. Right there. And I will take a little bit of a gas pipe and just go boop. So that should help. Because apparently chlorine was not the way to go. I wanted hydrogen. So I'll just go ahead and get one of these and get everything else done. I'm gonna let everyone keep building in hopes that, you know, one day we will have our little colonized world done. I'm also gonna take a look right here. I want to look at our liquid piping. I want to grab one of you, drag you up there, cut you from there, and drag you over. And I want to filter out crude oil. So now everything that's not crude oil should go in there. Ramifications from that? I hope not. Probably. But I hope not. And let's see. Do a little bit of that. That should drain all that water down. This nice little copper volcano's doing good. It's doing good, mate. And we got more natural gas than I think we know what to do with. It's just gonna keep going and going, going. At some point, oh, look at that. Nice little airlock. There were a couple down here too. Polluted water and brine. Alright, but go ahead and take a look at these achievements. They've been sitting here for a hot minute, so might as well. While we're waiting on everything to finish, hit the pause button. We're gonna start with our blueprints. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? We got candied watermelon balloons. Okay. And as far as achievements, I think I accidentally hit on it once. So no place like clone, 1 year to be exact. Slick, art underground, ghost of gravitas, good egg, radical trip. Woo! Got a whole bunch there. As you can see, we use a lot of ladders and pipes, and now drywall and tiles, and grain reel is our #1 for right now with the longest amount of cycles. And oh, we can look at a time lapse. Oh, look at our little colony grow. Oh, so gorgeous. That was a really rough start. Maybe next time we'll watch the whole thing. I'm done. Oh, I never realized all this was here. Okay. So, until next time, everyone, stay froggy.